Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Friday, March the 1st, 2013, and there's been some major developments today in regards to the Bradley Manning case. I've been seeing the headlines all over the internet and the news this morning saying that Bradley Manning has pleaded guilty, and I got to admit, at first, I started thinking, well, they must have got to him. He's been in prison for over 1,000 days already. A lot of that time being spent in solitary confinement in a little tiny windowless cell for 23 hours a day. So they must have, scared him into saying this. But having looked into it a little bit further and combing through some of his 35-page manifesto that was read out in court, I quickly realized that it looks like Bradley Manning's doing the right thing here. He was charged with 22 different charges, and he pleaded not guilty to 12 of those charges, the more serious ones, and to the lesser charges, 10 of which he did plead guilty to, because these are charges that he believed he was in fact guilty of. The fact that he leaked top secret classified government documents to the press technically was illegal. He knew he was breaking the law there. He knew back when he released that information that it was going against what he was supposed to be doing within the military, but he thought it was justified, and it was. He was trying to inform the American people about, in his words, the true cost of war. This is a man who was an intelligence analyst, and he came across information that showed him plain to see, right before his own eyes, the American military were killing innocent civilians, women and children, and some reporters in some cases. And so he felt it was necessary for the American people under this so-called democracy who are involved in these wars to know about this information. And so he felt it was necessary to break these laws because it was just to do so. Now, something else I learned from looking at this manifesto, which I didn't know before, is that Bradley Manning tried to release this to the mainstream press outlets. He contacted the Washington Post and the New York Times back in 2007 when he was trying to release this information, and they would have nothing to do with it. They didn't want to touch it. Now, these mainstream media outlets claim that they have no records of Bradley Manning trying to contact them with this info, not saying that he's lying, just saying that it's likely that it got overlooked because they have, 100 inquiries a day, people calling in saying you got to report on this or you got to report on that. So they are suggesting that his information was overlooked and that they never even heard about it in the first place. However, you got to consider that this is the mainstream media who's in the back pocket of the American government and the military-industrial complex. So perhaps they didn't want to shine any kind of a negative light on the American government or certainly on the military. But regardless, the fact is that he tried to go through those avenues first, wasn't getting any kind of a response. So that's when he heard about WikiLeaks, this organization that was helping whistleblowers to release information to the public, and he thought, perfect, what a great way to get this information out there. And so that's where the story picks up for most of us, and it's history from there. We all know what goes on from there. But the bottom line is that he's doing the right thing here. Bradley today was staying true to his honesty, his integrity, telling the truth, basically. That, yes, technically I wasn't supposed to give this information away, but because of the grave injustices that I witnessed with my own eyes, I thought it was in the best interest of the American people that they have this information. And now the American government is trying to do everything they can to put him away from life. And that's why they've charged him with the more serious crimes of aiding and abetting the enemy. And they're trying to suggest that he was trying to help Al-Qaeda by releasing this information. And Bradley Manning is saying, no, that is not what I was doing. I wasn't trying to aid and abet the enemy. Not at all. I plead not guilty to that very serious charge. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to help the American people. I was trying to make it so that they are better informed, especially moving forward in the American military's foreign policies and all these wars that are going on. He thought it was in the best interest of the American people. So, you know, it's shocking, really, that this is the day and age that we're in. This is the new America, that whistleblowers, people who ought to be looked at as heroes. I mean, the American government should be giving this man medals. They should be honoring him, saying thank you for showing us the errors in our ways and trying to make things better. But instead, they're going to try to make an example of him and put him away for life in prison. So, you know, this is the time right now where we really need to kick up our game and get involved in the fight against the New World Order, folks. I mean, so many of us have been talking about this coming police state, this coming New World Order system for years now, and tyranny is at the doorstep, folks. I mean, it is crunch time. It could be argued that it's here. I mean, we're living in it now. And I think this time, these current years that we're living in, we may look back at this, you know, history may look back at this. Perhaps you'll have grandchildren one day that will say, what were you doing back during the information revolution and back during the time when the New World Order was really starting to present itself? Were you just sitting on the sidelines? Were you not paying attention? Or were you involved in the fight for freedom, truth, honor, liberty? I certainly know what side I stand on, guys, and I hope that you choose wisely in these troubling times about which side you're going to join as well. And anyways, folks, just wanted to bring that to your attention today. Other than that, if you happen to be catching this before 10 p.m. tonight, I'll be on Adam versus the Man with Adam Kokesh tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern live. So we'll probably be talking about some of today's developments. If you want to tune in, you can check that out. And other than that, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in once again, and I'll see everybody right back here on Monday. Take care.